Good morning, dear candidate.
Good
Welcome
morning.
to our speaking portion of exam, which is taking place in Iceberg Study Center. The first of all, can I have your full name, please?
Yes, of course. My first name is Akmal. My family name is Ahmadjanov. Can you please call me with my first name?
Okay, Akmaljon. Akmaljon, as you know, speaking portion of exam is divided into three parts: part one, part two, and part three. The first of all, I will give you some part one questions which are related to your interest or general ones, and then
Okay.
the part two, overall 3 minutes are given for you. 1 minute for your preparation, 2 minutes for your what you speak, right?
Okay.
And then part three questions will be related to part two. If you are ready, let's so.
Yeah, let's start.
The first of all, can you tell me whether you work or study?
Well, currently I'm doing both of them, and I'm a freshman in the university, and I have a part-time job in Iceberg Study Center, and I'm a teacher.
Which is your major at university?
Well, math and English are my majors at the university, so I'm studying both of them.
Why are you studying these fields?
They are required in my future jobs. That's why I'm learning them by my heart.
That's great. And what is your dream job, if it's not secret?
Well, in the future, I am living with the dream of just being an economist. That's why math and English they are required, and I'm just hectic with learning them.
That's great. Let's change the topic. Let's have a speech about sunglasses.
Okay.
Do you wear sunglasses?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite activities that I try to do on a daily basis, and yep, I love that.
Why?
Well, the reason there are a couple of reasons for wearing sunglasses. The first one is just I would like to look trendy, and the next one is just I would like to protect my eye from the harmful sunlights.
Great. How often do you buy sunglasses?
Not so often, especially once in a month maybe, because when I see the new fashion or new design, I definitely buy it without second thought.
That's great. Have you ever lost your sunglasses?
Yes, definitely. I can remember it as it happened yesterday because I was given a sunglasses for my birthday party from my dad, and when I was walking on the beach, I accidentally lost it.
Okay. We will continue with speaking topic of map.
Okay.
The first question: when was the first time when you used the map?
As far as I can remember, it happened when I was studying in the high school, in the geography lesson. For the first time, I experienced it myself with map.
How often do you use the map on a daily basis nowadays?
Not frequently because I don't need on a daily basis such kind of map. But when I need it or when I visit to unfamiliar places, I definitely use that.
So, are you good at reading maps?
I can say so because I got knowledge from geography, and I know the location of just countries or their geographical places. That's why I can maybe I'm a professional in using that.
Okay. The last question of map topic: do you prefer electronic or paper-based maps?
Well, it really depends where I am. For example, when I go forest where the network is really poor, definitely I depend on the help of paper-based maps. But when I go somewhere where I can use online maps, this option can be imperative for me.
Okay. Well, John, it is end of part one questions, and we will move on to part two. In the part two, I will give you one topic, which covers 3 or 4 bullet points. And if you want, I may give you paper and pencil to take notes.
Okay.
And here's topic: describe an interesting conversation with a very old person.
Okay.
You're gonna say who that person is, when and where it was, what you talked about it, and why it was interesting.
Okay.
Do you need paper and pencil?
Yes, of course.
Here's cue cards, paper, pen.
Okay.
So you have 1 minute for preparation. I'm setting up time. up. So, you're ready?
Yep.
You can start.
Well, there can be a number of nice conversations with such old person in my life. Now I would like to talk about the recent one in more depth. And let me start. Well, it happened just 2 weeks ago. When I was going my home, and I decided to use the public transport, but I usually go by taxi. But at the time, I made up my mind to use public transportation, especially bus. And for the first time, it was like a strange because I don't use it to go by such cars. And but I felt bored somehow. But when I looked around, there was a person next to me, I mean an old person, and he was really strange at the time, but after time to time we started talking with him, and our conversation becomes such an interesting, and he was like a person who got life experiences and who has already seen the ups and downs of life, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was about 65 or more than it, and I asked some questions about my interests or about his life, and without second thought, he decided to tell his life story. And he was well educated, and he finished the university, and he told me about how to overcome such problematic issues in his life, and how to be happy, and I asked it about where he's going, and he said that he was going to his relatives. And at this age, I was really shocked because he was really old, and the reason why he always go for his relatives, he would like to strengthen the social bond with their relatives, and he always do it as a habit. And such kind of feelings that I really felt proud that such kind of people are here.
Thank you. This is the end of part 2. Could you give paper, pens, and pen back, please?
Okay, here you are.
Thank you. So, let's move to part 3.
Okay.
In the part 3, the topic is gonna be like old people. The first question: What kind of things can youngers learn from olders?
Well, there can be a couple of secrets that the elders can teach youngers. The first one is just they can be a mirror for them, just avoiding their mistakes. The next one is just they can help them to find the key for their problems.
Okay. Do you think that old people enjoy their life more nowadays compared to the past?
Yes, definitely. There is a big difference between now and past in the lifestyle of elders. In the past, elders were just hectic. They're just working and feeding their families. But right now, they are just snowed under with a number of opportunities. Like they can organize family trips, or they can visit whatever they go and have a relaxation there.
Do you think that older people and younger people can share interest?
I think so, because let's take an example. For example, when youngers talk with elders, as they are professional in using technological devices, they can teach elders how to use them, which makes their conversation more interesting. But elders also can be a instructor for them how to improve their life, how to improve their self-esteem by giving advice from their lifestyle.
In your country, do youngsters like to live with old people?
Yes, of course. There is a tradition. The youngest son of the family have to stay with their parents in order to feed them, in order to satisfy their needs, in order to make a lot of money for them, and they live happily in my country.
And what kind of activities do older people like to do nowadays?
Well, I think there are tons of activities or just things for stakeholders to accomplish on a daily basis. The first one is just they can go restaurants, or they can have a walk with their friends or with their pets in the outside under the sunlight, which is really beneficial for them, and they can take vitamin D, and as well as while walking they can improve their blood circulation, which helps them to live healthy.
So it is the end of our speaking portion of exam, and now it's time to like give the feedbacks and the mistakes that you have done while you were speaking in the test. The first mistake that you made in part 2, like you like spoke without knowing. What I mean by saying this is that like grammatical inaccuracies happened, and also you kept saying there are a couple of reasons several times, which like decreases your score, and instead of that try to use alternative ones. And overall the band score that you gave would be approximately like about 7, and you can easily like improve your score by like avoiding the mistakes that you made. And yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. It's nice to hear your point.
So according to criteria, your vocabulary could achieve easily 7, and the like fluency is gonna be 7.5. The grammatical range that you use it like is 6.5. The pronunciation is 7.
Thank you.
Thank you too.